lesson, not for discussion. We play with drums like shit is percussion. Stay with a hammer like this is construction. Drink too much Henny, might shoot up.
What's good, YouTube Mascot? We back out with another video. Today's video we have the top 3 best shooting guard builds as of patch 10 in NBA 2K20. Now before we get into the video, man, I have a couple things I want to say. First of all, I want to say that I've already done the top 3 best point guards, small forwards, and centers as of patch 10, so make sure you guys do check those videos out if you haven't seen them already. And also, I do want to say, make sure you guys do hit that like button and subscribe, because these videos do take a long time to make. I'm making this sort of content for you guys, man, so if you could show your appreciation by hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, it would mean a lot. And one last thing, I'm going to have timestamps in the comment section below. The pinned comment is going to be timestamps for all 3 builds. Make sure you guys check that comment out and like the comment, all that good stuff. But with that out the way, man, we gonna get straight into the very first build of this video, which is going to be the facilitating finisher. So make sure you guys make the build a shooting guard, and this other stuff does not matter. That's personal preference. Now moving on to skill breakdown with this build, man. There's 2 pie charts you can use to make this build, either this pie chart or the defense and playmaking pie chart. Today we are going to be picking this pie chart. You're going to have great finishing, great shooting, great playmaking, and great defense. Trust me, this is going to be a very nice build. Make sure you guys do pick this pie chart. Now moving on to physical profile with this build, there's 3 physical profiles I'd personally pick, either all agility, agility and vertical, or the balanced pie chart. Now the reason I'm saying balanced pie chart with this build is it's going to be a really good defensive build. If you want to have strength to match up with some centers and stuff like that, this isn't a bad option to pick. But I personally recommend you pick the agility and vertical pie chart, because look at the speed difference between the top one and this one. 91 speed compared to a 95 speed, only a 4-point difference. But look at the vertical, 80 vertical compared to a 94 vertical. That is a 14-point difference. In my opinion, that is huge. You need high vertical to get up there and get contact dunks, so I recommend you pick this pie chart. But if you want any other pie chart, go ahead and do that, but I recommend you pick this one. Now moving on to attributes, man, make sure you guys do it just like this so you get the maximum badges possible. You are going to max out your close shot to an 85. Also max out your driving layup to an 82. Your driving dunk, you also are going to max this out. Now moving on to shooting, you're going to max out your mid-range shot. Also max out your 3-point shot. Also max out your free throw and your post fade. You're going to put this to a 70, which is going to be, I think, 1 point out or 2 points off of the max, just like that. Now moving on to playmaking, you're going to put your pass accuracy to an 86, which is going to be 2 points off of the max. Your ball handling, you are going to max this out to an 85. Now moving on to defense, you're going to put your interior defense to a 60, just like that. Your perimeter defense, you are going to max this out. Your lateral quickness, you also max that out. Your steal, you also max this out to an 85. Your block, you are going to put this to a 55, just like that. These last 38 upgrades are going towards your defensive rebounding. Put this to a 85. And you guys can see, here's the build. You get 10 finishing, 10 shooting, 18 playmaking, and 18 defensive rebounding. You can add that up. That's a total of 56 badges for this facilitating finisher build. This is a really solid build. You're going to be able to get contact dunks. You have really good shooting. You can obviously dribble, and your defense is really good with this build. 18 defensive badges. This is pretty much like a 2-way facilitating finisher build, but that actual build name, 2-way facilitating finisher, that name's not in the game, but it's still going to be called a facilitating finisher. And I want to get straight into this other stuff, and now buy shit does not matter, like I said in every single my videos. However you want your player to look, go ahead and do that. It doesn't matter whatsoever. It doesn't affect anything. I'm going to just pick build, but if you want something else, go ahead. Now moving on to that with this build, there's only one height you can pick for it to say facilitating finisher. The build has to be 6'7". If you make the build 6'6", 6'5", it's got to have your name as a 2-way slashing playmaker. I don't recommend doing that because there's a better point guard version of the 2-way slashing playmaker. This is going to be a facilitating finisher, so you want to make the build 6'7". Yes, you have an 82 driving dunk. You're not going to be able to get contact dunk stuff off rip, but as soon as you hit like 98 overall, 99 overall, if you did not know, when you hit 99 over, you get a +4 to all your attributes, 82 +4. You're going to have an 86 driving dunk, so you'll be able to get all the contact dunks besides big man because you're not a center, obviously. Now take a look at your ball handling. That's another key thing. You have a 75 ball handling. You're probably thinking, oh, I'm not going to be able to speed boost this build because your ball handling needs to be an 86 to speed boost. But keep in mind, if you pick the playmaker, slash, or takeover, that gives you a +10 to your ball handling, 75 +10. You're going to have an 85 ball handling, and if you lower your wingspan down to 76, you'll have an 86 ball handling when you have playmaker or slash or takeover, so you'll be able to speed boost. Make the build 6'7". Now moving on to the way with this build, if you pick the balanced pie chart, you can put some weight on this build, but since we pick agility and vertical, I recommend you just lower it all the way down to 180 pounds to get some better lateral quickness, better acceleration, and some better vertical. Now moving on to the wingspan with this build, if you want to, you can go ahead and lower your wingspan all the way down, but since this build is a really good defensive build, I don't recommend you lower your wingspan down. I personally recommend you put your wingspan to 82.8, which is going to be 1 below the default. And the reason I'm telling you to do that is look at your ball handling. It's a 76. Like I said, you need an 86 ball handling speed boost. You're not gonna be able to speed boost with this, but if you pick Playmaker or Slasher Takeover, whenever you have Takeover, it gives you a plus 10 to your ball handling. 76 plus 10. You're gonna have an 86 ball handling when you have Playmaker or Slasher Takeover, so you'll be able to speed boost with Takeover. So I recommend you pick this wingspan. Now moving on to takeovers, man, like I just explained. If you want a speed boost, you have to pick Playmaker or Slasher. I personally recommend you pick Slasher though. You're gonna be able to get contact dunks. It's gonna help you speed boost and you're gonna be really unstoppable in the paint. So I highly recommend you pick Slasher, but if you want any of these other options, and if you don't care about speed boost, you can pick Lockdown or Shot Creator. But Slasher, in my opinion, is gonna be the best option. And you guys can see, here's the build. You have built a facilitating finisher similar to Jaylen Brown, James Harden, and Kobe Bryant. Very nice build, 56 badges. But now we're gonna get straight into the best badges for this build, man. Like I do in every single one of my videos, we don't get this straight out the way. Put this to 99 overall real quick. Now, like I just explained, man, you're gonna be able to get contact dunks at 99 overall, so keep that in mind. I would say you want gold contact finisher. Now, you are only 6'7". You could throw on Giant Slayer. I'm gonna come back to this badge. That might go on, but I recommend gold slurry finisher as well. It's gonna be drive a lot better. Now, I do want fancy fork. I'm gonna put this badge on silver, and I got 2 upgrades left. Like I just explained, you want Giant Slayer. It's going to activate when you go up against anybody that's 7 feet or taller. I think personally, I am going to throw the badge on. You're going to go against some tall centers. This badge will help you finish over them. So you want these badges. I think these are the best badges for this build. But like I said in every single video, you can change these badges up. Do whatever you want to do. Now moving on to shooting badges, man. You got 10 shooting badges. I recommend gold quick draw. You don't have this badge on, you're not gonna be able to shoot. It's really that simple. I also recommend you throw on gold range extender, and I got 4 upgrades left. Now that range extender might go down, we'll see, but I kind of feel like Hot Zone Hunter is a really overpowered badge, so I'm gonna throw this on gold. I'm gonna put range extender to silver because I feel like Hot Zone Hunter has to be gold. If you have all your Hot Zones, badges help you shoot so much better. Range extenders help you shoot deeper, so I'm gonna put that on silver, and I got 2 badges left. There's a couple badges I'll throw on personally, either catch and shoot, difficult shots, green machine, or deadeye. Now it's up to you. It's kind of hard, honestly. I think personally, I'm gonna throw on green machine to help you shoot more greens. But like I said in every single one of my videos, there's plenty of good badges. If you want something else, you can change this up. Do whatever you want to do. Now moving on to playmaking badges, man. You got 18 playmaking badges. I recommend Hall of Fame handles for days, quick first step, space creator, and I got 6 upgrades left. I'm gonna do silver unpluckable and Hall of Fame tie handles. Now, these are gonna be the best badges to help you score personally, to help you get open. Now if you're one of those people who wants dimer, floor general, lob city, flashy passer, bailout, those are definitely good badges. You're definitely gonna have to compromise on some of these badges though if you want those badges, but if you don't care about those, these are definitely gonna be the best badges to help you score. But like I said in every single one of my videos, you can change this up to your liking. Go ahead and do whatever you want to do. Now moving on to defensive badges, man. 18 defensive badges. This build is really good defensively. I recommend Hall of Fame clamps. You need this badge to play perimeter defense. It's really that simple. I also recommend Hall of Fame intimidator. It's going to make people miss shots. I also recommend Hall of Fame pick dodger. You're going to be getting screened by Hall of Fame brick wall. You definitely need this badge. And I got 6 upgrades left. I would personally throw on intercept. You do have pretty decently long wingspan. Your steal is in the 80s. I recommend throw this badge on at least silver. And I got 1 Hall of Fame badge left. There's a couple of good options for this build. Personally, I think your best bet is going with Pogo Stick. If you're guarding an ISO player, he makes you jump. You need to keep jumping up and down to contest his shot or block his shot. This Pogo Stick is going to be very nice for you. I think it's going to be the best defensive badge. But like I say in every single one of my videos, you can change it up, do whatever you want to do. But that's build number 1, man. Let's get straight into the second build of this video. Moving on to build number 2 of this video, it's going to be the slashing playmaker. Make sure you guys make it a shooting guard, and this other stuff does not matter. That's personal preference. Now moving on to skill breakdown with this build, man. I know whenever I make slashing playmakers, I usually pick this pie chart. But in today's video, we are going to be showing love to the all playmaking pie chart. I know there's people out there that love this pie chart. They think this is the best way to make a slashing playmaker. Today, we are going to be making the slashing playmaker with this pie chart. So make sure you guys do pick all playmaking. Now moving on to physical profile with this build, man. I would either pick all agility or agility and vertical. Again, I personally recommend you pick this pie chart because look at the vertical difference. 86 vertical compared to a 73 vertical, 13-point difference. In my opinion, that's huge. I recommend you pick this pie chart. I think it's just better than speed's only a 4-point difference. If you want all agility, I mean, go ahead and do that, but I personally recommend you pick this pie chart. Now moving on to attributes, man, make sure you guys do it just like this so you get the maximum badges possible. You are going to max out your close shot to an 86, also max out your driving layup, also max out your driving dunk, and your standing dunk. You are going to put this to a 28 to get 10 finishing badges. Now moving on to shooting, you're going to max out your mid-range shot, also max out your 3-point shot. Your free throw, you're going to put this 2 below the max to an 83, just like that. And your post fade, you are going to max this out to a 78. Now moving on to playmaking, you're going to max out your pass accuracy and also max out your ball handling to a 95 as well. Now moving on to defense, you're going to max out your perimeter defense, also max out your lateral quickness, also max out your steal, your block. You are going to put this to a 47, just like that. These last 50 upgrades, you're going to max out your defensive rebounding to an 80. And you guys can see, here's the build. You get 10 finishing, 15 shooting, 27 playmaking, and 8 defensive and rebounding. You can add that up. That's a total of 60 badges for the slashing playmaker build. That is a lot of badges for a slashing playmaker build. I know there's 64 and 65 badge slashing playmaker builds, but some people don't want to make their build a point guard. And this is going to be one of the best slashing playmaker builds for the shooting guard position. Now moving on to this other stuff, man, body sheet does not matter. I think just since it's a guard, I'm going to pick Definer Compact, but like I say in every single one of my videos, you want to make your player burly, built, whatever, it doesn't matter whatsoever. However you want your player to look, go ahead and do that. I'm going to just pick Define. Now moving on to height with this build, here is a very key thing with this build. I personally recommend the only height you want to pick is 6'7", and the reason I'm telling you this, if you make the build 6'6", 6'5", you're better off making the build a point guard and get more badges. If you're making this build a shooting guard, you're going to want to make the build 6'7". That's the whole point of a shooting guard. Like I said, you make it 6'6", you're better off making it a point guard because you're going to get extra badges at the point guard. And obviously at point guard, you can't make the build 6'7". So that's the advantage. You got to make the build 6'7". And if you're not making it 6'7", you might as well make the build a point guard. And 6'7" is not bad. You have a 76 driving out. You still have pretty high ball handling. You're not going to be able to get contact dunks with this build, unfortunately. But you're going to have like an 80 driving out when you hit 99 overall. So it's going to be very nice. Make the build 6'7". Now moving on to this build, you don't need weight. So I recommend you lower it all the way down to 180 pounds to get better acceleration, better vertical, and better lateral quickness. Now moving on to the wingspan with this build, I also recommend you lower it all the way down so you get some better shooting and some better ball handling. You guys see you have 81 mid-range, 75 3-pointer, and an 86 ball handling. If you did not know, you need an 86 ball handling and speed boost. With this build, you have an 86 off rip. So it's going to be very nice. At 6'7", you'll be able to speed boost as soon as you max out your ball handling, and you have really good shooting. Make sure you guys pick this wingspan. Now moving on to takeovers, this build, man, it's your playmaker or shot creator. I wish this build had slashing takeover, but unfortunately it doesn't. So it's either playmaker or shot creator. If you want shot creator to help you score better, personally, I'm going to recommend you pick shot creator. It's going to help you score a lot better, all that type of stuff. But if you want playmaker, go ahead. I highly recommend you pick shot creator. And you guys can see, here's the build. You have built a slashing playmaker similar to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Devin Booker, and Kobe Bryant. Very nice build, 60 badges. But now to get straight into the best badges for this build, like I do in every single one of my videos. We don't get this straight out the way, 60 badges. I got to show you guys the best badges for this build, my personal recommendations. Put this to 99 overall real quick. Now, like I just explained, man, you're not going to be able to get contact dunks with this build, unfortunately, but you still do have a really high driving dunk. You have an 80 driving dunk. You'll be able to get good dunk packages, so keep that in mind. I recommend gold contact finisher. 7 upgrades left. I also recommend at least silver giant sight. You are only 6'7". This badge is activated when you go up against anybody that's 7 feet or taller. I also recommend gold slithery finish. Now, you only got 2 badges left. I would say do fancy fork. When you're ISOing, you're going to want to do some hop step dunks, hop step layups, all that type of stuff, so it's harder to block. I think this is going to be the best finishing badge, like I say in every single one video. So you can change this up, do whatever you want to do. Now, moving on to shooting badges, man. 15 shooting badges. I recommend gold quick draw. You don't have this badge on, you're not going to be able to shoot. I also recommend gold range extender to help you shoot a lot deeper. I also recommend gold hustle hunter. You have already hustle badge to help you shoot so much better. I also recommend gold green machine. This badge has helped you shoot 10 times more greens, and I got 3 upgrades left. I would say go difficult shots with this build. You have shot creating takeover combined with difficult shots. You're going to be able to fade pretty good with this build. I think it's going to be the best 5 badges for this build. But like I said in every single one of my videos, you can change these badges up. Do whatever you want to do. Now, moving on to playmaking badges, man. 27 playmaking badges. That's a lot of playmaking badges. You want handles for days. I'm going to say quick first step, space creator, silver unpluckable, and Hall of Fame tie handles. Now, you got 9 upgrades left. Actually, I'm going to bump up the unpluckable to gold. Why not? Now, you got 2 Hall of Fame badges left. Whatever badges you want. You want bailout, flashy, floor general, dimer, lobster. There's plenty of good options. Personally, I'm going to do Hall of Fame Diamond. Now you got 1 Hall of Fame badge left. I personally recommend Hall of Fame Bailout. This badge help you pass out of layups, dunks, jump shots, anything you want to pass out of. You're going to need this badge. I think it's going to be the best playmaking badge. But like I said in the rest of my videos, you can change this up. You want floor general, flashy pass, or needle thread, or lobster. There's plenty of good options. This is what I recommend you do personally. Now moving on to defensive badges, man. 8 defensive badges. There's 2 badges you got to have gold. I think you got to have gold clamps and gold pick dodger. Gold pick dodgers will help you fight through Hall of Fame brick wall screens, and gold clamps, it's going to help you clamp that opposing ball handler. Now you only got 2 upgrades left. You're definitely going to want to go Intimidator with this. It's going to make people miss shots. It's going to improve your shot contest that much more. The reason why I'm not putting that badge gold is because Clamp, you got to have that badge on. Now Pick Dodger has to be gold because you're going to be getting screened a lot by Hall of Fame Brick Wall. So I think you got to have those 2 badges on gold and Intimidator. Well, you can do that silver. But that's build number 2, man. Let's get straight into the final build of this video. Moving on to the final build of this video, it's going to be the 3-level score. Make sure you guys make it a shooting guard, and this other stuff does not matter. Personal preference. Now moving on to skill breakdown with this build, man. There's a couple pie charts you could use to make a 3-level score, but today we are going to be picking the finishing and shooting pie chart. You're going to have great finishing, great shooting, great playmaking, and pretty decent defense. Make sure you guys do pick this pie chart. Moving on to physical profile of this build, man. I'll either pick all agility or the agility and vertical. Again, like I said with my 2 previous builds, I recommend you pick this pie chart. Look at the vertical difference. 89 vertical compared to a 76 vertical. That's a 13-point difference. That is huge in my opinion. But the speed, 85 speed compared to an 81, only a 4-point difference. If you really want all the speed, I'm not saying it's a bad pie chart, but I personally recommend you pick this pie chart. Now moving on to attributes, man, make sure you guys do it just like this so you get the maximum badges possible. You are going to max out your close shot to a 90, also max out your driving layup, also max out your driving dunk to an 83, and your standing dunk, you're going to put this to a 42 so you get 15 finishing badges. Now moving on to shooting, you're going to max out your mid-range shot. You also are going to max out your 3-point shot, also max out your free throw and your post fade. You also are going to max this out to a 90 so you get 21 shooting badges. Now moving on to playmaking, you're going to put your pass accuracy to an 80, which is going to be 1 below the max, and your ball handling, you are going to max this out to a 79. Now these last 168 upgrades are going towards your defense. You're going to max out your perimeter defense, also max out your lateral quickness, also max out your steal, your block. You are going to put this to a 52 just like that. These last 45 upgrades, you're going to put them to your defensive rebounding, put it to a 75, which is going to be max. And you guys can see, here's the build. You get 15 finishing, 21 shooting, 12 playmaking, and 7 defensive and rebounding. You can add that up. That's a total of 55 badges for this 3-level score build. Like I said, you're going to have great finishing, great shooting, pretty decent playmaking, and decent defense. This is a very nice build. But now I want to get straight into this other stuff, man. Body shape does not matter. Like I said in every single one of my videos, however you want your player to look will determine which body shape you pick. It doesn't affect anything though, so don't be afraid to pick built or burly, but personally, I'm gonna just pick define. Now moving on to the height with this build, I got a lot to explain here. It's a shooting guard build. I personally recommend you make the build 6'7". Now again, if you make the build 6'6" or 6'5", you're better off making the build a point guard because you're gonna get 3 extra badges at point guard. At point guard, you'll get 58 badges. So if you make the build 6'6", you might as well make it a point guard and get 3 more badges. Now if you make it 6'7", then you actually have a reason to make it a shooting guard because you can't make a point guard 6'7". So keep that in mind. The only reason I can see you want to make a shooting guard at 6'6" or 6'5" is say you're playing Pro-Am or Rexen or your team needs a shooting guard. You already have a point guard. Yeah, then you can make a 6'5" shooting guard. But if you're playing Park, don't make the build 6'6" or 6'5" a shooting guard. You're better off making it a point guard. I recommend you make the build 6'7" just for that reasoning alone. But if you really want to go 6'5" and you want to be a shooting guard, I'm not saying it's bad, go 6'5", but 6'7" is the most logical reasoning. And you guys see, you have a 79 driving dunk. You're not going to be able to get contact dunks this build. Actually, when you hit 99 overall, you get a +4 to all your attributes, 79 + 4. You're going to have an 83 driving dunk. You're still not going to be able to get contact dunks. But I'm pretty sure if you hit 99.9 overall, you get a +5 to all your attributes. So 79 + 5 is going to be an 84 driving dunk. You'll be able to unlock the pro contact dunks. That's 99.9. So keep that in mind. Make the build 6'7". Now moving on to the weight of this build, you don't need weight. So I recommend you lower it all the way down to 180 pounds to get better lateral quickness, better acceleration, and better vertical. Now moving on to the wingspan of this build, you're going to want to lower it all the way down so you get some better shooting and some better ball handling. You guys can see you have an 82 mid-range, 81 3-pointer, and a 72 ball handling. Now let me just explain some stuff about the ball handling. You're probably thinking, oh, I'm not going to be able to speed boost this build because I only have a 72 ball handling. Keep in mind, you need an 86 ball handling to speed boost. And when you hit 99 overall, you get a +4 to all your attributes, 72 + 4. You're going to have a 76 ball handling at 99 overall. Now, keep in mind, if you pick the Playmaker or Slasher Takeover, that also gives you a +10 to your ball handling when you have Takeover. So when you're at 99 overall and you have Slasher, Playmaker, Takeover, 76 + 10, you're going to have an 86 ball handling at 99 overall with this build. So you'll be able to speed boost this build at 99 overall. So I'll keep that in mind. I recommend you put the wingspan to 79 inches. Moving on to takeovers, man. Like I just explained, you got to pick Slasher or Playmaker if you want to speed boost when you're 99 overall. Sharpshooter and the Shot Creator are not going to give you enough ball handling boost to be able to speed boost. I think Slasher is going to be the best option though. You have a really high driving dunk, potentially contact dunks at 99.9 overall. You're going to be able to dunk really good. I highly recommend you pick Slasher, but if you want Playmaker or any of these other takeovers, you're not going to be able to speed up with Sharpshooter or Shocker, so keep that in mind. I recommend you pick Slasher. And you guys can see, here's the build. You have built a 3-level score similar to Shy, Gilgeous-Alexander, Mitch Richmond, and Zach LaVine. Very nice build. 55 badges. Now we're going to get straight to the best badges for this build, man. Like I do in every single one of my videos, I got 55 badges. I got to show you guys my personal recommendations for the badges. Now, like I said, when you hit 99.9 overall, you get a +5 to your attributes. So you're going to have an 84 driving dunk. You'll be able to get the pro contact dunk. So keep that in mind. I recommend Hall of Fame contact finisher. I'm also going to recommend you throw on Giant Slayer Gold. I would do Hall of Fame, but I'm going to do Gold. Your 6'7", this badge is activated when you go up against anybody that's 7 feet or taller, so keep that in mind. I got 2 Hall of Fame badges left. I highly recommend Hall of Fame Slayer Finisher. This badge will help you drive a lot better. You need that badge. Now, 4 upgrades left. I recommend Hall of Fame Fancy Floor. This badge is going to help you do really nice hop step dunks, hop step layups, all that type of stuff. I think it's going to be the best finishing badge. You can change it up, do whatever you want to do. Now, moving on to shooting badges, man, 21 shooting badges. I recommend Hall of Fame Quick Try. You know how this badge on, you're not going to be able to shoot. It's really that simple. I also recommend putting range extender at least gold. Since you got the extra upgrades, you might as well do Hall of Fame. I also recommend Hall of Fame Hot Zone Hunter. You have all your hot zones. This badge will help you shoot 10 times better. Now, I also recommend Hall of Fame Green Machine. This badge will help you shoot 10 times more greens. I got 5 upgrades left. Personally, I want difficult shots and Deadeye. Now, there's 2 different variations. If you want Hall of Fame Deadeye so you can shoot more contested, go ahead and do that. Or if you want Hall of Fame difficult shots so you can fade better, go ahead and do that. Personally, I'm gonna recommend, this is what I'm gonna do personally. I'm gonna do Hall of Fame Deadeye and Bronze difficult shots. Usually I do difficult shots on Hall of Fame, but today we're gonna do Bronze. I feel like Deadeye is gonna help you shoot a lot more contested. It's gonna be very nice. Difficult shots that'll be fade a little bit better. But if you want difficult shots higher, just lower the Deadeye. I think it's gonna be the best shooting badges. But like I said in every single video, so you can change it up, do whatever you want to do. Now moving on to playmaking badges, man, you got 12 playmaking badges. Not the most in the world, so you do have to compromise a lot here. I recommend gold handles for days, quick first step, and space clear. Now you only got 3 upgrades left. I think I'm gonna do silver tie handles and bronze unpluckable. But if you want bailout or some other type of badge, you're gonna have to compromise with only 12 badges, not the most in the world. I think this is gonna be the best combination though, but you can change it up. Do whatever you want to do. Now moving on to defensive badges, man, 7 defensive badges. There's 1 badge out of all of them you gotta have gold. It's gonna be clamps. You're gonna need this badge to play better perimeter defense. Now you only got 4 upgrades left. You need Intimidator and Pick Dodger, so I'm gonna do silver Pick Dodger and silver Intimidator. Intimidator is gonna make people miss shots, and Pick Dodger to help you fight through Hall of Fame brick wall screens. The reason I chose to do clamps gold opposed to doing silver, this is one of the best defensive badges for guards, and in general it's one of the best defensive badges. You gotta have clamps gold. It's gonna help you play better perimeter defense. And Intimidator and Pick Dodger, those can be silver. But that's pretty much it, man. That's the top 3 best shooting guard builds as of patch 10 in NBA 2K20. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did enjoy this video, man, make sure you guys do hit the like button, subscribe. As you guys can see, we're 400 subs away from 16K subs. You watch this video right now, you like to see, do hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. And also, I do want to say I already made top 3 best point guards for patch 10, small forwards, and centers. And today we just did shooting guards. I still have to do power forwards next. Whenever I get some more time, I will be sitting down and making the top 3 best power forwards. So make sure you guys do subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss that video. But that's pretty much it, man. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Until next time, clutch out.
I'm feeling your energy, and shorty, man, she really into me. I got lots of enemies, and they wanna act like they friends with me.